Hi, I'm Chris the Entertainment Man Bisco, and welcome to another edition of the Entertainment Man Talk Show. Tonight as we continue Earth Hour, we're only about 17 minutes from light again here. That light over there will be lit again. That light over there will be lit. And that light will be on behind us once again. And we're talking about injuries. Now, here's a good example of injuries. Darkness, no light. That wasn't on. I can go trip and break my ankle, for a good example. That's another way of injuring yourself, is tripping in the dark. Or, like what I did at church today, I banged into the kneelers and kind of banged up my shins. I'm fine. It was just a small bang, but I tripped. I got tripped over my own feet. That's another terrible thing to do. If you trip over your feet, you're going to go down the ground, scrape yourself open, or badly bruise your knee, like I did last year. That means that would have been the second time I did it ever. Another injury, like I said, knee injuries. Well, last night of course this is another refilm, as you know, because of the darkness. But I hurt my knee last night. I don't know how, it just happened. This obviously happened. And whatnot. And it still hurts. Oh no, it doesn't hurt, but when I was bowling, I could feel pulls in my knee and whatnot. But I wonder if I just pulled a muscle in the kneecap or something. My knee joint or something, I don't know. But it feels fine today. But who knows what's going on. What else? Oh yeah, sprain your ankle. There you go. Sprain your knee, sprain your wrists. I've done that before. I've hurt my wrists bowling too hard. Hurt your elbow, your shoulder. I hurt my shoulder when I fell down the hill during the winter time, when the bus driver didn't bother to stop the proper stop. I think that threw me off pretty much. I blame the bus driver still to this day on it. Oh, I was wondering what that lady was. And yeah, I tried going down the hill and I wiped out and hurt my shoulder. And I called Eric saying I hurt my shoulder. And I wasn't happy, and I was mad, at the bus driver and whatnot. Another one would be wiping out on the ice. But I fell on my side, but I hurt my hip a little bit, but it was fine. I didn't break it or anything. I would have not been able to move around. That's another example of an injury. If it's just a cut, don't call an ambulance. Go to the drugstore and buy a bag. A big first aid kit bag or whatever size you want for traveling. If you're traveling, then yeah, if you break a bone or something happened, you know what I mean, like if you hurt yourself or something, then really bad, like you broke a bone or something, then it'll be an emergency. Or something medical happened, like with my surgery, but that's not injuries. That's not injuries. So I've hurt my knee and ball, that's another one. And I've had a groin injury, too. I got hit by the softball right in the you-know-what. and it wasn't fun. I was in pain for a while, but I had a nice big bruise after that. I always remember that, but I laugh about it now to this day. I laugh about all my injuries to this day, pretty much, and yeah. What else? What else? Other injuries could be like, oh, we better go to our first break, so we'll be right back after these messages. Okay, welcome back. We're talking about injuries, folks. Woo! Injuries is the topic that we're talking about tonight. So, get back to it. Yeah, if you broken wrist, that's an injury. I broke my wrist right about here. My friend Laura can vouch for that. That it really did happen. She can. She's the one that was there, witnessed her, because I kind of lashed out at her and started screaming at her and everything. I mean, not lash out, but I mean like yelling at her and all that. But I shouldn't. She was just trying to help me, that's all. That's what friends do, help each other. But yeah, I kind of got mad at her for no reason, and I yelled at her and said some things I should not have. But I apologize, and we're friends again. But she'll probably remember that day where I hurt myself. I fell down that hill and broke my wrist, and I couldn't alter serve for 6 weeks because of my busted wrist. I think it was a clean break too. It's one of those clean breakers there. The complete breaker. And yeah, it was not the wrist, but maybe a little off here of the wrist. About here, I broke it. Felt like here though, but my parents don't know the whole story on that. There's other injuries. Oh yeah, if you step on glass, it's another example of an injury. There is another one. Is we're gonna be yeah, you step on glass, cut yourself wide open. Gotta call the ambulance and get yourself to the hospital to get some stitches. Now, I've had stitches would be if you bang your head open, you cut it open up here, you would need stitches because it won't heal on its own. Stitches mainly help it heal much better and whatnot. Wait 10 minutes until lights. Let there be light again. And what else? There's a whole pile of different injuries. There's broken wrist. You can break your shoulder. It's possible. Dislocate your shoulder. That's another one. Or break your foot. Breaking your feet. My mom's broken her foot as well. That's another one. And I've almost hurt my shoulder a few times. I got drilled in the shoulder almost twice, I think, in my lifetime when I was playing softball. So that's another way of doing injuries as well. What else? What else is there? There's many more other injuries there is out there. You can broken nose. If you get hit in the nose, boom, break a nose. And your nose may never be the same. Now with injuries, if you have to get your bones set, then it might not be the same. That means surgery and all that to get it all fixed again. That's what my mom went through as well. My bone, I didn't have to get my injured wrist set. It was completely broken. I think it was a clean break, and it wasn't moving anywhere at all. But it hurt. It hurts like stink. When you get injuries, you